صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير محمد بن سلمان بن عبد العزيز آل
His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Prime Minister. Your Majesties, Excellencies and Highnesses, Kings of Curaçao, Princes of Arab and Islamic countries, His Excellency the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, His Excellency the Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, ladies and gentlemen, may God's peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. To meet today in a joint summit is a historic decision that divides and embodies our collective will to move from words to action. It is an important moment that shows our collective commitment to Palestine, its homeland, its people, and its sanctities.
This must be reflected in the decisions and positions we take, which will be issued by this joint summit. We must remember that the Organization of Islamic Cooperation,
it was established for Palestine, for and for Palestine, to protect Islamic sanctities. In September 1969, in response to the crime of burning Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is still being subjected to raids and excavations, with the aim of obliterating the features of Islamic and Christian sanctities, which constitutes an obligation on our countries that must be fulfilled and all necessary measures must be taken. It would be done, ladies and gentlemen. We are facing a real challenge and a responsibility before our peoples and before history to not allow the occupying state to continue committing its unprecedented, long-standing crimes that we have been preparing and describing in our speeches, statements, and in our media. Today we must translate our will and commitment into positions and decisions. To set out to implement, not to invite and appeal.
Enough is enough.
The credibility of the global system, its legitimacy and its institutions, and what they can do to protect a people who have been and are still being subjected to stripping of their legitimate rights, extermination, starvation, ethnic cleansing, infringement on their sanctities, and deprivation of their right to life by all means, have become obsolete. There is no doubt that the peoples of our peoples and other peoples all over the world wonder about the usefulness of such a global system, when the influential people support the barbaric aggression against Gaza, and create justifications for it, as well as remain silent about its crimes. The reason and purpose of our meeting today has existed since the moment Palestine was usurped and transformed into an entity. To strangers, they came to revive a biblical myth that many Jews reject and doubt, or to escape persecution that did not occur on the land of Palestine, and was not committed by the Palestinians, and the people of Palestine were transformed either into refugees, or suffering under occupation, and continues until the Palestinian people are fully his rights are inalienable,
as recognized by international legitimacy.
It gained the professionalism and support of the peoples of the world, despite the unjustified support for the campaign of genocide and silence about it, and there are also increasing supporters of the justice of the Palestine cause and its defenders, and those demanding the lifting of historical injustice against Palestine and its people, governments, and peoples, and from all circles. It is our duty today to pay tribute and appreciation to the leaders of African countries who were with us yesterday at the African Saudi Summit, and to their peoples who are historic supporters of our issues, and to a number of governments of Asian, Latin American, and Caribbean countries and their peoples, and to the masses in Europe and North America who took to the streets and squares, rejecting their government's position on the aggression against Gaza and the West Bank,
demanding by stopping the campaign of genocide and systematic destruction, providing protection for the Palestinian people under occupation.
Humanity and its universal resurrection were evident in the masses who came from all religions, including the Jews who were victims of the Holocaust, which is what distorts the vision of the extremists and racists in the occupying state. We also extend our thanks and appreciation to the People's Republic of China, the Russian Federation, and France for their positions in support of the project.
The Arab Resolution approved by the General Assembly.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders of Arab and Islamic countries, and those who represent them, we invite you to move from the circle of action in adopting an immediate plan of action, firstly, forming a joint committee from the Arab and Islamic summits that will go as soon as possible to the decision-making capitals in Western countries to convey to them our collective position, and the positions of our peoples who stand idly by about what is happening, and the relations of friendship, partnership, and joint work. At the United Nations and the rest of the international institutions, our peoples who are angry and desperate about the usefulness of international legitimacy will not be welcomed unless the aggression and previous and current violations stop. Secondly, work immediately to present an Arab and Islamic resolution to the Security Council, which represents the Arab and Islamic consensus, and receives the support of regional groups. Others emphasize the principles of supporting the just Palestinian cause. This is to immediately stop the aggression against Gaza and the violations practiced by the occupation authorities against the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, by assigning the Arab Group in New York to prepare a draft resolution, and Libya is ready, through its presidency of the Arab Group in New York this month, to harness all efforts to lead this Arab and Islamic movement. And the African Union, and here we mention the success achieved in issuing a Security Council resolution. Number 1860 of 2009 to stop Operation Cast Lead on the Gaza Strip, which was achieved thanks to Arab diplomacy. When my country was Libya, you will see the regret of the Security Council at that time.
Third, exerting all pressure and policy to stop the aggression and bring in aid and medical teams immediately.
Dear brother, His Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, I express to you my gratitude and appreciation for your honorable person and the custodian of the two holy mosques. King Salman bin Abdulaziz, and to the government of Saudi Arabia and the brothers in the kingdom for this exceptional and historic effort that brought us to this meeting, and I pray to God to grant us all success in coming up with decisions that meet the level of the challenge facing us. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you.